I've started to notice something strange as I'm getting older. You see, when I was younger, I used to ask myself questions quite often. And as I'm getting older, I thought that that would slow down, but it's actually quite the opposite. I think I'm asking myself more questions. The only difference is the questions have changed, and they've changed direction. So when you're younger, your whole life feels like it's stretched out in front of you, right? And so you start asking yourself questions when you're young, like, what will I do? Who will I be? Where will I go? And what will my life become? Those are just a few. There's many more, but those are just a few core questions that I think probably most people ask themselves when they're very young. But then you go through life and life hands you experiences that you can't fully understand until you've lived through them. And so now I'm in my 40s, there's questions like, instead of looking forward like before, now we're looking back in retrospect. So the questions aren't who will I be, where will I go, what will I do? They're more, what happened? Why did that happen? What did I learn from it? And then there's a little bit of future smattered in there with, how can I apply that to my life moving forward? But mostly, I'm just asking myself questions about my past and why those things happened. So, why did that scenario happen? Why did I put myself in that scenario? What was the plan? What did I learn from it? Was it a mistake? Was it a success? Now, I don't necessarily look at failure like it's actually failure. I tend to look at failure like learning. They're lessons. Even successes will give you lessons that you learn. There's things you learn, right? If you succeed at something, you learn how to do something correctly. If you fail at something, you learn what not to do next time when you evidently try again. Because you will try again, right? Of course you will, because that's what people do. It's like the old saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, then try and try again. And I think that's just about learning lessons. You know, if you fail at something, go back and look at it. Try and find out why it failed and what you can do moving forward to stop failing and make it work. So like I say, I don't like to look at them as failure. I like to look at them as lessons learned. But anyway, getting back to the questions. I'm now starting to ask myself so many more questions, but they're all rooted in looking back, with a little bit of the future smattered in, because, you know, I'm not at the end of my days yet. Yeah, I'm in my midlife. To some people, I'm quite old. I've got a daughter who's 25 and she tells me I'm old all the time. And sometimes I certainly feel that way. But, you know, I'm in my 40s and some people will still say, oh, you're a baby. You're still young. And I guess in some ways I still am. But the point is, I've lived through so much of life and I've seen and done so much that I can kind of fully understand who I am now and where I've been. It's not so much where I'm going. Yes, I'm still trying to build a life, and I had a midlife reset at the end of last year and I'm still going through that. I'm still trying to work some stuff out. But I'm quite comfortable with who I am. I think I know who I am by now, and I'm quite comfortable with myself and my thoughts sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're not always comfortable with ourselves and our thoughts, but most of the time I am. But anyway, questions are now more, like I said, what can I learn from that? And why did it happen? And why did I make that mistake? Or why did that succeed? It's never, where am I going? Who am I going to be? I already know those things, sort of. I guess we can never really answer them. But the reason that I think we ask ourselves so many more questions as we get older, and that the reason that those questions change direction is because you've started to make sense of things, and you need to look back so that you can fully grasp what you've done in life and how it's been going. You see, you need to, or life hands you these experiences like losing loved ones, marriage, divorce, kids, career changes, all sorts of things. And I ask myself often, have I raised my kids right? Have I done this properly? Am I really where I wanted to be when I made these goals at 20? The answer to that one is no. My life is very different from what I thought it was going to be. But that doesn't mean I'm not happy with it. I'm very happy with my life now. But to get to the point where I am now, I had to go through hardship. I had to go through life. A lot of it. And I'm still not finished going through stuff. I'm probably going to have a lot more heartbreak to come. Like I say, I'm only in my I'm coming up to my mid-40s. It's quite scary actually. But I'm only in my 40s. I'm not 70, 80, 90 and at the end of my days where I've got not much life left to live. I've still got plenty to do. Plenty of heartbreak to go through. More people to lose. More people to gain too. And that's the beauty of life. You never really know what's going to happen. But I ask myself questions constantly about the past so that I can fully understand the life that I've lived. You see, you have to go through these things to fully understand who you are and what you're about. But these are just my thoughts, and maybe I sound like a rambling idiot. You can let me know in the comments down below. As always, if this video landed with you, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Oh, and don't forget to share the video too if you know somebody who might be interested in it. Subscribe to the channel for more content around midlife. Like I say, this is just my story, or one of my stories, and these are my journeys. But you're welcome to come along for the ride. As always, stay safe, keep a positive mental attitude, and I'll catch you in the next one.